Hello, fellow gamers. I am your host, Brent Justice, and welcome to my gaming channel, Justice Gaming. Well, we have some new Star Trek Online content finally to talk about. This is good. I have been waiting for more new content. So if you wonder why I don't post a ton of Star Trek Online videos on the channel, simply it is because there is not new content to cover. So I wait for that. I wait for that new coverage. I wait for a new mission, a new TFO, a new playable event, something new to experience, and I make a video about it and cover that on this channel. I will always continue to do that. Now, moving forward, we have a new thing. We've got Star Trek Online Ascension. This is a new update releasing to Star Trek Online that is going to have a new playable mission, a new TFO, and, well, it is a special event as well. So let's go over that. The first thing is we are on the web page here, and I'm going to read over all of the news updates for Star Trek Online. So this video is specifically going to be a news update video in Star Trek Online. This will just be me reading the news updates from the webpage. In a second video that I will make, I will do an introductory video to Ascension, where I go into the game of Star Trek Online and show you what's new and how to access everything. And then finally, in the final two videos, I will actually play the content. I will play the new mission and do a let's play of it. And then I will play the TFO in a separate video and see what that's like as well. So expect all those videos to come over the course of time on my channel. If you would like to see all of that content, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell and notification so you don't miss when something new is up, and then also like the video if you like it. All of this helps the YouTube algorithm. I greatly appreciate it. You all know how that works. Okay, moving forward, one thing I have to get used to is that Star Trek Online is now under Gearbox Publishing. Yeah, this happened a little while ago. I didn't talk about it. I didn't cover it. Ultimately, I guess it doesn't mean much is going to change for the game, except the webpage has changed. So I went to the original ARC Star Trek Online page, and it was way out of date. So I was wondering, well, where do I get all my Star Trek Online content now? Where do I go to the webpage? Well, here it is, folks. It is now playstartrekonline.com, which is a Gearbox website. And under that is Star Trek Online, part of that website. And that is now where you will find all of the news posted for Star Trek Online, all of the updates, patch updates, and the forum as well. So check out that new website if you need to stay up to date on what's new in Star Trek Online. So as you scroll down the main page, you have featured stuff, talks about the story, talks about all the factions and the ships, and it's just about, getting people familiar with the game, right? But what we're interested today are the news features. So if we click to news, it will change, and you will see we have PC patch notes, welcome to Ascension, more PC patch notes, the Emperor's Will event, and all the latest news. And this is what I had been missing out. I was wondering where all the news was for Star Trek Online, and here it was all along. I just didn't realize it. They made that switch. So what I will be doing is, as you can see, I've already opened up the tabs. I'm going to go over and I'm going to read all of these new news bits that are important to this update. I'm actually going to go backwards, however. I'm going to start with an earlier news post and work my way up to the latest news post. And the latest news post will be the Emperor's Will event, and then welcome to Ascension. But I'm going to start backwards. So here we go. A all-new command Command, the Courier pilot raider, is coming to the game, or has come, is now in the game. The Courier pilot raider from Season 3 of Star Trek Discovery is part of the Discovery Unlikely Allies lockbox. With the release of Discovery Unlikely Allies lockbox, alongside Star Trek Online's next story update, Ascension, players will now have access to one of the Courier's most versatile and agile ship designs, the Courier Pilot Raider Tier 6. As seen in Episode 1 of Star Trek Discovery's third season, this small but menacing vessel was commanded by the unscrupulous Cosmo, a rival from within the organization known only as Couriers, which he would later then answer directly to the crime syndicate empire of the Emerald Chain. So this is a pilot raider outrunning, outmaneuvering, and outwitting your pursuers in the name of the game for Couriers of the Emerald Chain. This ship epitomizes the pursuit of those tactics perhaps better than any other in the Courier's ragtag fleets. Improvements to artificial gravity alongside high-capacity inertial dampeners allowed this ship to confuse sensors with its constant spiraling motions without risking damage to any cargo it hauls. Couriers, unable to avoid a confrontation, are known to use crowded areas of space to their advantage, such as debris fields, asteroid clusters, or traffic-choked trade lanes, where the ship's ability to zigzag through those light quarters is sure to give it an advantage. The ship features a Commander Tactical / Pilot Specialist Bridge Officer seat and a Lieutenant Universal / Miracle Worker Specialist Bridge Officer seat. Tier 6, any faction must complete tutorial, hull modifier 0.9, shield modifier 1.1, 5 4 weapons, 1 aft, 2 device slots, 1 Commander Tactical / Pilot, 1 Ensign Universal, 1 Lieutenant Universal / Miracle Worker, and 2 Lieutenant Commander Universal. 5 Tactical, 2 Engineering, 4 Science consoles, base turn rate of 19, impulse modifier 0.22, inertia 85, plus 15 to weapon, plus 5 to shield. Console is the Universal Debris Screen. You can equip dual cannons. It has improved Raider flanking, pilot maneuvers, and it has the Raider Starship Mastery Package. It comes with the Debris Screen Universal Console slot. Navigating debris strewn through space is not just part of the job for a courier, but a solid tactic for utilizing their ship's increased maneuverability to the advantage when confrontation cannot be avoided. This specialized shielding technology applies an ablative field in front of the ship, specifically designed to negate impacts from such debris, while also manipulating local space in such a way to improve the ship's maneuverability. Also, the ship may be used offensively. Approaching a shielded enemy ship will cause the field to overload and discharge, dealing kinetic damage to the ship based on the debris screen's capacity. This console also provides a passive boost to plasma energy weapon damage and physical and kinetic damage resistance rating. This console can be equipped on any starship, blah, blah, blah. You also get the Starship Trait Special Delivery. Activating any Pilot Bridge Officer ability or using Pilot Maneuver will release a series of photon mines behind your ship. This may not trigger more than once every 2 seconds. Additionally, activating a Pilot Maneuver will reduce the remaining cooldowns on all Pilot Bridge Officer abilities. Also, apparently there is a new experimental weapon called rotor rockets. The unique spinning motion of these rockets is caused by a small shield disruption device nicknamed the Graviton Driller, which is fitted within each projectile. This experimental technology allows them to slip past the shields of most starships, but significantly reduces the yield of each projectile and makes their guidance path a bit erratic. To compensate for the reduced field, this launcher is equipped to fire multiple projectiles at time. Note, does not trigger from attack pattern, lamba, or reroute reserves to weapon due to technical limitations. So, a Discovery Season 3 Pilot Raider. Post your comments below. Let me know what you think about that inclusion of a ship in Star Trek Online. In my opinion, I think there's more important ships that they could have focused on, perhaps put a higher priority on other type of ships from other series, even Discovery itself. I didn't see this ship as a prominent ship when I watched Star Trek Discovery. In fact, I don't even remember this ship. It says it's in episode 1. That was a while ago that I watched season 3, but I don't remember this ship. I mean, it played no big role in the show. I would have remembered it. So why is it so important to make a ship of? I don't know. But that is apparently what they have chosen to do. So there you go. And then this is the Uneasy Allies lockbox they were talking about. The core ideals of Starfleet are timeless. The scientific method and the pursuit of truth are almost identical, and the ingredients of a Starfleet officer exist in every life form able to master space travel. Even in a distant future where the Federation has degenerated into a rump state, there's a term, a rump state, barely able to patrol its own space. These principles are unreduced. Approaching the unknown with open arms is the right and duty of all sentience, and even should every last outpost fall, the Federation can be confident its best days are always to come. It is an idea that emerges from the pursuit of science and security, and even species who never encounter each other converge around the principles of the heart of Starfleet, ready to become fast friends and unlikely allies. Star Trek was born in the Cold War of a dream of a unified future, but it could just easily have emerged in different times among different people facing different crises. Wherever the cooperation of sentient beings gets more done than they would alone, wherever they value life, freedom, and truth, the premise of Star Trek is there. As the scientific method builds a body of scientific truth, open hearts and open minds working in concert build a body of historical and personal truth. We can do more, be more, together. The Lobi Consortium proudly endorses the idea of irrational self-interested actors, consistent barter mechanisms across cultural boundaries, and of course conspiracies of convenience. The idea that pursuit of science gently guides societies toward cooperation is very pretty, and if you'd like to buy a memento of this hope, you've come to the right place. The suggestion that greater education and personal empowerment naturally corrode market systems is not endorsed by the Lobi Consortium. Do not exploit such concepts on Lobi Consortium grounds. The Lobi Consortium considers the Federation to be a form of labor union, and membership is forbidden to Consortium employees. Captains opening the Discovery Unlikely Allies lockbox may find themselves fortunate enough to win the Courier Pilot Raider Tier 6, outrunning, outmaneuvering, and outwitting your pursuers in the name of the game for couriers of the Emerald Chain. This ship epitomizes the pursuit of those tactics perhaps better than any other in the Courier ragtag fleet. We already read about all that, so I'm not going to go over more Courier stuff, but wow, what a story entrance to just a lockbox. It's just a lockbox, guys. Come on. That's a bit pretentious. All right, a 32nd century environmental suit. Gotta say, though, that suit does look very cool. The environmental suit offers balanced protection with an emphasis on preventing environmental hazard. The environmental suit can be activated, disabling the safeties and putting it into a test mode. It deploys a randomized hazard typically used for calibration, but in this case, modified to be created by foes. The hazard deals damage over time, slows foes, and has an extra effect based on what type of damage it deals. An unorthodox use of equipment, but effective. So, yeah, that's kind of weird and interesting. You get the micro dark matter anomaly. Disastrous natural forces often become useful tools when constrained in scope and handled safely or regrettably. Weapons. The micro dark matter anomaly universal console. Say that 10 times fast. Micro dark matter anomaly universal console. Micro dark matter anomaly console. Micro dark anomaly. I can't do it. I can't even say it twice. It projects a micro dark matter anomaly toward the target. This anomaly will follow the target ship until in range, then seek other ships, repeating until all ships are trapped within it or the duration expires. Ships become caught in a gravitational eddies around the anomaly, causing them significant kinetic damage and dragging them along with the anomaly. Trace amounts of boronite are siphoned from the area, providing power to ship subsystems, while forces are within the anomaly. Lastly, the anomaly projector provides bonuses to max subsystem power, exotic power particle generator, and hull repair rating. So that's the anomaly from Season 3. Interesting how they're using it here. Sentient Starship. Sounds interesting. While Starfleet does not attempt to engineer sentient machines, it strives to accommodate and treat well unusual forms of life it encounters. This extends to the occasional starship which achieves sentience. The starship trait Sentient Starship brings a number of self-preservation and learning benefits to the vessel. Activating a hull heal when the hull is below 90% improves hull heals until you leave the current map. Stacking up to 20 times. Activating a shield heal when a shield facing is below 90% improves shield heals until you leave the current map. Stacking up to 10 times and auto redistributes shield facings for several seconds. That's kind of cool. We also get a Courier anti-proton ground weapon. The Discovery Unlikely Allies lockbox also has new ground weapons inside the Courier weapon pack. Courier ground armaments have an unusual form factor and boast even more devastating critical hits than standard anti-proton weapons. This improved effectiveness lasts a moderate duration and activates rarely on attack or when it exploits an exposed foe. Rarely, weapon packs contain the Courier Pilot Raider Vanity Shield, providing the aesthetics of the Courier Pilot Raider to a ship that equips it in its Vanity Shield slot. Also, a Blade Beetle Swarm. Deploys a series of Blade Beetle mines, engineered life forms with very short, volatile lifespans. They march toward the foe, pausing to fire devastating saws that pierce through foes in a line. The saws deal kinetic damage and reduce foes' kinetic damage resistance. Once contact is made, the beetles detonate, dealing kinetic damage. I remember that from Season 3. I mean, that'd be kind of cool on the ground to play with. And new relationships and contacts offer the possibility of new strengths to captains willing to trust online. One of these provides unique bonuses to ground active duty, the other two on space. So we've got Sister of the Quatmalot. When your cause is hopeless, she may pledge herself to your cause and provide aid, taunting foes, reviving bridge officers, and damaging enemies. Foreign Specialist. Foes at times trust their technology more than they should. Using an engineering bridge officer ability targeted on a foe has a chance to remove a buff from that foe. And Meddlesome Politician. A heartfelt plea can sometimes inspire hesitation in enemy vessels. Using a science officer ability target on a foe reduces incoming hull heals to that foe, and the next few times that vessel receives hull healing, your ship's hull is also healed. And there are 6 new captain traits available also. We've got Rogue Scientist Abroad. Periodically activates a random ability from among attack pattern Omega 1, Photon Torpedo Spread 1, and Emergency Power to Shields 1. Note that this is not the firing mode. This is the attack itself, even if the ship doesn't have photon torpedoes equipped. And we've got Independent Wingmate. The first hangar pet launched receives massive bonuses to survivability and damage. If it's destroyed, the bonus will be reapplied to the next hangar pet. And we've got Space Against All Odds. Increases hull healing on targets who are low on hull. Ground is Meditative Calm. Increase exposure chance. Ground Absolute Candor. Increases exploit damage. Negates the first CC attempt on you. And then Ground Accept No Sacrifice. Increased healing on targets who are low on health. There are other prizes within the Discovery Unlikely Allies lockbox for players to acquire, such as the Courier Pilot Raider Vanity Shield, R&D packs, boosters, and other assorted items. We also have a Quatmalot sword. This blade and training accompany it to turn the character into a deadly melee combatant. The primary attack is a randomized combo involving most normal sword styles of attack combined into one button. Defeating a foe with this attack applies stealth for a few seconds. The secondary attack is a canonical area damage slash. Defeating a foe with this attack allows it to be reactivated to deliver a devastating 360-degree slash to nearby foes. The tertiary ability, Pledge, targets an ally. The wielder charges to the aid of the allies, stealthing them briefly, gaining a large bonus to dodge for the wielder, and providing a modest heal to the ally, reviving them if necessary. Wow, that's a lot. But that is the Discovery Uneasy Allies lockbox. Basically, it's all stuff from Season 3 of Discovery. So let me know in the comments below what you think of that lockbox. Is that something you're going to be after? Is that something you're going to be seeking? Or are you going to leave it to the stars? Okay, let's move on to the next thing. A new TFO called Storm Chasers. Alright, this does contain spoilers for the upcoming episode Eye of the Storm. If you wish to be surprised, don't read this any further. So there's a warning. I am going to read this, so here we go. The Other, along with the Terran Emperor, is en route to Earth and will be there soon. However, Elia, I don't know why I was going to say Elia. Elia has provided the Alliance with an option, a small assault into the Other, to slow down its transit. As the Other is still resisting the Emperor, this may be the only chance for such an assault before the combined entities can strengthen its defenses. Completely stopping the Other is not an option at this juncture. With our new season Ascension, team up with other captains, enter the Other, and work with Elia to slow down its approach in Storm Chasers, a brand new mission coming. So that's the TFO. That really didn't give a lot of spoilers there, so that's fine. So yeah, a new TFO. I'll be interested to play that. Is that just like the ending of like the last mission we played and they made that a TFO? Sometimes they do that in these new TFOs. They take part of the mission and make that a TFO instead of just making something completely unique. That they might have done that here. So we'll find out, I guess, because I will play it. All right, another new thing. Elite Bridge Officer Training. Upgrade your bridge officers to ultra rare and grant them a wide variety of new perks, including their own ground traits with the Elite Bridge Officer Training token. So this is a new mechanic. We haven't had this before. The galaxy continues to turn. The Khitomer Alliance endures challenge after challenge, and in the adversity grows stronger than any had dared dream. Learning from each other has accelerated development everywhere, but not all development is technology. Doctrine is often just as important. Advances in training and new ways of thinking provide the changes we need to endure turbulent times. The new Elite Captain Training Program has likewise expanded to include promising Elite Bridge Officer candidates. Taught by the greatest minds of the Alliance, Elite Bridge Officers are able to leverage gear and traits from peoples across the quadrant, breaking free from the limiting training of a single culture and a single people. Working together and learning from one another, these disparate groups are becoming something far more than they ever were apart. You can take advantage of this too, Captains, with the Elite Bridge Officer Boost token. Purchase one of these tokens to upgrade one of your bridge officers on your account, similar to the Elite Captain upgrade for Captains. Applying a token to your bridge officer will instantly add upgrade to ultra rare, upgrading all inherent traits to a maximum rank for their respective types. Learn all standard bridge officer abilities. See the upgrade token details for the complete list. One new kit frame slot, one person ground trait slot, one device slot. These slots allow bridge officers to learn ground personal traits, previously only the domain of captains. They gain access to a default list based on their species. When the captain acquires a new trait, they will be presented with the choice of which character to teach it to, opening the door for massively increased bridge officer customization. Note that a few traits, such as those which modify captain powers or the bond with life trait, cannot be learned by the bridge officers. These are marked as such in their more detailed section. These tokens only apply to one character at a time, so make sure to apply them to the bridge officer you want to use them on. The Elite Bridge Officer Upgrade token retails for 500 Zen for a single token, or you can buy a bundle of 4 for 1,200 Zen. However, from 8 a.m. on 9/13 to 9/19, which is still going on at the time of this recording, both the bundle of 4 and the single tokens will be 20% off. So it sounds like you can upgrade all of your bridge officers to these new abilities, or ultra rare abilities. So I guess you're not just limited to one. You could do all your bridge officers. My question is, and you guys can leave a comment and let me know what you think about what I'm about to say here. How useful is that really? Because as captains these days, our characters have a lot of abilities and they are extremely overpowered, right? Just our single captain without our bridge officers. We are completely overpowered on ground. We have some amazing traits and amazing abilities with extremely large and big area of effect abilities that do a ton of damage. So how useful really is your bridge officer team when you play this game? First of all, if you're at end game, you're not really playing the missions anymore, right? You're done with that part of the game. And as you play TFOs, well, you don't get to take your bridge officers with you. So what's the benefit? How is that going to benefit you? If all you're doing is playing TFOs, well, that's just a waste of money because you don't get to take your bridge officers with you. Now, if you're playing this game like from the beginning and you're going to play all of the missions, okay, maybe that could help you if you're starting a new character. But really, you won't even see the benefit of that until you continue to level up your character, because you need to level up in the skill points and hit each rank and whatever so that you can upgrade the rank of your bridge officers too as you play. So even that won't benefit you completely until closer to end game. And then once you're at end game, you're not using your bridge officers anymore. And that's really a downside of Star Trek Online. A lot of these new missions that they have been releasing, you don't get to really utilize your bridge officers that much. Sure, they're there, but they don't really help you a lot. Sometimes they restrict how many bridge officers you get to take with you on the new missions they release. Sometimes you only get to take like 2 bridge officers. So what's the point? Why are we not utilizing the bridge officers more? And again, my other point, you don't get to take them on TFOs. And if that's all you're playing, then there's no reason to upgrade your bridge officers. So maybe they need to incorporate bridge officers better in ground missions, space missions. I don't know. They need to be used more. Wouldn't it be interesting if you could always have one bridge officer with you on a TFO mission? Like what if we had, you had your standard TFO and you're with 5 other players, normal, just like you would. But what if each one got to bring one of their bridge officers with them also? Now that would be cool. Then you would have a reason to upgrade one of your bridge officers to ultra rare. But they would definitely need to dial up the difficulty because, as I said, we're overpowered. And if you bring that and then you've got 5 other bridge officers with you in a TFO, you're just going to rip through the TFO in like 5 seconds, and it's no challenge. So I guess instead of buffing the or debuffing the characters, I guess they need to buff up the difficulty of the missions, honestly. They need to make the enemies a little harder to hit. They need to do something like that to even it out. I don't know. But we are very overpowered as captains today at in-game. And I don't see how upgrading the bridge officers is going to help us be any better. We're already really good. And at that point, you're pretty much done playing all the missions, and then you're just going to be playing TFOs, and it's pointless. So, I question how relevant this is. Let me know what you think. It's a deep subject. I'd like to hear your comments about that. Please. Thank you. Okay, let's talk about the Emperor's Will event. Big spoiler here. It's just right here. It's not. They don't even give you a warning this time. They did in the last piece, but in this news piece, look at this. There's no warning. That's Will Wheaton. So, okay, there goes the spoiler. The Emperor stands revealed, and he believes no one can stand in his way, but perhaps you can. From September 13th at 8 p.m. to October 13th, you can participate in the Emperor's Will event. This new event will pitch you against the Terran Empire in scenarios new and familiar and give you the chance to claim an epic reward, the Terran Somerville Scout Ship. Participating in this event grants daily bonus towards the grand prize, the Terran Somerville Scout Ship T6. Obtaining the Somerville requires 20 daily progress, and captains can earn daily progress once per account per day by playing either the new episode or the task force operation released this season, or any other episodes of Task Force operations in the event. In total, 4 available missions and 4 TFOs reward daily progress. They are Episode, The Calling, Red Shift, Blue Shift, The Eye of the Storm, which is the new one, TFO Storm Chasers, which is the new one, then Jupiter Aratus, Forged in Fire, and Counterpoint. Once captains have obtained 20 daily progress, they can claim the Terran Somerville Scout ship. After that, the event will still be playable, granting a scaling dilithium reward, and that is 8,000 dilithium ore, scales by 1,000 for every day you participate in the event, up to a cap of 50,000. Captains will also have the option to purchase their remaining progress with Zen, so you can buy out this event. And here's the stats on the Terran Somerville Scout ship. This ship class was commissioned by the Terran Empire to serve a dual purpose as both forward reconnaissance vessel and a first strike hit-and-run vessel. This combination of intended uses has resulted in an agile and aggressive ship that is outfitted with enough utility to handle almost any situation a modern captain may encounter, whether their approach is for the purpose of research, disruption, or destruction. The ship comes with a Lieutenant Commander Universal / Command Specialist Bridge Officer seat. So it's Tier 6, Mess Complete Tutorial, Hull Modifier 1.1, Shield Modifier 1.1, 3 fore, 3 aft, 2 device slots, 1 Commander Science, 1 Ensign Universal, 1 Lieutenant Universal, 1 Lieutenant Commander Universal / Command, 1 Lieutenant Commander Universal, 4 Tactical, 2 Engineering, 5 Science. It has +5 to weapons, +5 to engine, and +10 to auxiliary. It has an ionic deflector inversion console. It can equip dual cannons. It has radar flanking, subsystem targeting, sensor analysis, secondary deflector slot, and it has the Scout Ship Mastery Package, which is plus weapon accuracy, plus exotic damage, plus weapon crit severity, and plus increased healing, and it has a starship trait called Devious Rerouting. So the ionic deflector inversion. This technology allows for the controlled inversion of the ship's deflector shields, allowing them to emit ionized radiation in a large field surrounding the ship. Once emitted, specialized electrical charges can be sent along this ionization to attack enemies, essentially turning your shields into weapons, albeit temporarily. Although this inversion renders the ship's shield emitters temporarily inoperable for the purpose of defense, the creator of this methodology believed that sometimes the best defense is the utter destruction of any nearby dangers. This console additionally provides a passive bonus to shield regeneration and electrical damage. Console may be equipped on any ship. You also have Devious Rerouting. While this trait is slotted, you will automatically gain a significant boost to maximum hull capacity whenever your average shield capacity drops below 25%. The amount of hull capacity gained will scale with your Starship Exotical Particle Generators for a max of 500. It can only be triggered during combat, and it has a lockout period between triggers. Wow. So that's the Emperor's Will event, which culminates all of this into one event, basically. Let me know what you think about the event, and let me know what you think about this ship. Is this a ship you're going to be going after? Is this a ship you want? Are you going to do the daily progress to get a free ship? Let me know. And then finally, the actual update for Star Trek Online is called Ascension. Welcome to Ascension. The Emperor stands revealed. Can you stand in Emperor Crusher's way? So they just outright spoil the ending or who the Emperor is. I don't know how I feel about that. Some people probably might not like that. Maybe it would have been more of a surprise if they had left that a surprise. But there you go. I mean, it is Will Wheaton. He's in the game. He's voicing in the game. They have his character likeness in the game. Instant Crusher, Mirror Crusher, evil Will Wheaton, evil Mirror, Wesley Crusher. Shut up, Wesley. In the game. Now, I like what they've done with his face here, though. These are the little octagonal things. How many sides are these? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I guess these are 6. What is 6? 5 is hectagonal. What's 6 called? gosh, I can't think of what a 6-sided thing is called. Anyway, what these are the platforms that form on the ground in Star Trek, the motion picture, that allow the crew to walk from the ship to V'ger. It's the ground floor, polygonal things. So I like that they've kind of, exploded his face out with those things, and you can even see them walking on them down here on the ground toward V'ger. That's a very cool visual design. Whoever designed that graphic, you get a clap. Thank you. That's kind of really cool. I mean, that is a neat visual. So yeah, kudos to whoever created that visual. I like that a lot. I mean, I just think that's really cool. And plus it's red because he's evil and mirror Wesley Crusher. So, there's a whole lot of double meanings in here, and I like that. Welcome to Ascension. The Emperor stands revealed. The Emperor, the Other. The threads that were began with the latest incursion from the Mirror Universe are beginning to come to a head as Will Wheaton steps into the Star Trek Online to portray the mirror version of his classic character Wesley Crusher, wielding godlike traveler powers and cementing his relationship with the mirror version of V'ger. Emperor Crusher is one of the largest threats the galaxy has ever faced, and only you can stop him. Only me, huh? Okay. How do I stop a traveler that's combined with V'ger? I don't know. Battle inside of the Other itself in the brand new task force operation, Storm Chasers, and participate in that TFO is one way to progress the Emperor's Will event. The brand new event combines some of your favorite Terran content, and completing it for 20 days will give you a brand new ship. That's not all. If you want to take your bridge officers to the next level, the Elite Bridge Officer Training Tokens are here for you. Using one of these brings your bridge officers up to ultra rare, as we already talked about. You are the last hope for the universe once again. Do you dare stand in the Emperor's way? And there's a video. I'm not going to play it for copyright reasons, but there's a video, and it also reveals Will Wheaton. So, okay. But there you go. That's the update. That's what the update is called. And I'm looking forward to playing it. I think it'll be pretty cool, to be honest with you. An evil Wesley Crusher traveler, V'ger. I mean, there's some cool stuff here. Yeah, I like it. I don't know what he will want with V'ger, but I mean, both. That's a lot of power. That's a lot of power there. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Looking forward to playing it. Real quick, here are the patch notes. So for 9.14 or 9.13. Event, the Emperor's Will. This featured event will be a standalone event separate from the event campaign. This new event will provide participating captains with an epic reward, the Terran Somerville Scout Ship. You can earn it by playing the Eye of the Storm, the Calling, Redshift, Blue Shift, TFO Storm Chasers, Forged in Fire, Radis Counterpoint. Acquiring a total of 20 daily progress to claim the ship. After claiming, you get dilithium. You can buy it out with Zen. We already read the blog on that. So we've got Discover the Eye of the Storm, a brand new episode being featured in the Mission Journal. As well as part of the event, we've got the new TFO. We've got the Elite Bridge Officer Training, which is now in the game, and some fleet updates they have done. The fleet system has been updated to include all new high-quality rewards, as well as general improvements to the overall experience. Your fleet transwarp to Bajor now actually goes to Bajor. Okay, well, that's cool. Members of Klingon fleets should find it much easier to find the attention of their transporter officer for beam out. Fleet-specific missions now have their own section in the Mission Journal. That's cool. Every holding now has Tier 3 rewards. I'm actually looking forward to these fleet updates. I'd like to go to the fleet stores and see all the new things here, because maybe I can upgrade some of my stuff that I have to new fleet stuff. So I'm looking forward to those updates there, and the fleet updates. These are just general things they've done or improved or changed or fixed. So I'm not going to go over all of these. There are new Romulus updates. Check this out. Updated new Romulus in the mission journal so that you don't have to play each instance, Mountain Pass, Overgrown Caves, Underground Ruins, twice. Thank you for that. I have been so waiting for an update like that because you'd have to play it twice, right? To do the reputation mission and the mission that goes with that, right? Resolved an issue that asks you to choose a box of ramen marks, several updates to the Underground Ruins power plant instance. At the end of the mission, Secret of the Agents, the Tholian captain will no longer include minions, so they debuffed him. I was fine with the minions. Why did they need to debuff that? See, this is what I'm talking about. They want to upgrade our bridge officers to make them more powerful, but they're debuffing the difficulty of ground mission. That's the opposite. That makes no sense. Added an FX icon. Easy where you need to go. Updated exit button. Resolved typo. Resolved an issue. Known issues. Known issue is sometimes cause a newly commissioned ship to display as invalid. Event buyout for Emperor's Will is disabled. Well, so you can't buy it out right now. But then, look at this, come to this, look, 2 fixes for tomorrow. Resolved an issue that was preventing the Emperor's Will event from granting the Terran Somerville scout ship reward. This will fix the issue with the event buyout. Resolved an issue that was preventing some characters from logging in. So I guess now you can buy it out after this update. The fleet updates I'm interested in. I want to go to my fleet stores and see what new things I can buy. Upgraded equipment. That can be very cool. Well, there you go, everybody. That's the latest Star Trek Online news. And we've got the Ascension update. And we've got Welcome to Will. Or the Emperor's Will, not Welcome to Will. That's what they should have named it. Actually, what they should have named the event? The honest to goodness truth. They should have named the event the Shut Up Wesley event. Tell me if that wouldn't have been epic. The Shut Up Wesley event. Since they didn't do that, what they should do now is they should create a new trait or something called Shut Up Wesley. Oh, come on, it's got to be in the game somewhere, right? Maybe they already have one. I'm not aware of it. But anyway, I hope they say that line at least once in the mission. That would be awesome. That would be epic. Now I want that. I want them to say it in the mission I'm about to play. Okay. Well, there you go. That's the new update. That's all the news on the update. So in the next video, I'm going to go into the game and just show you where all this stuff is. It probably will not be a long video, but we'll take a quick look at things and see what we can do and how to play all this stuff. And that'll just be like an intro video to the Ascension update. But it will then be the next video after that where I actually play the new mission and then play the TFO. So stay tuned for that. I will be playing them. I'll do a whole Let's Play on them. So subscribe to the channel. Leave a like on the video. Hit that bell notification. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next one.